It's Sellin and Buyin with Barry O'Brien, Palm Beach County Real Estate and more. Brought to you by Elite Property Inspection and Management, Boren's Moving and Storage, Fidelity Mortgage, and All County Elite Property Management. And now here's the guy who says, don't forget to pay your exorcist or you'll get repossessed, Barry O'Brien.
Happy Tuesday. It's Sellin and Buyin. I'm Barry O'Brien here on Seaview Radio. We have got Raphael, I call him Raphael Clemente from the Downtown Development Authority. Welcome to the show.
Very, very happy to be here.
We have Phoebe Snyder, as always.
Glad to be here.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you, it's... I was supposed to be, when I was a little kid growing up in Worcester, Massachusetts, back when Harry Truman was president. My sister used to push me around in my little baby carriage, and now it's payback time. My sister is going to be moving from her house into an apartment, so I said, well, hey, I'll come and help you. And, of course, where does my sister live? Portland, Maine. So I was supposed to be leaving tomorrow morning for Portland, Maine, and I looked at the weather forecast, which was calling for 10 to 14 inches of snow, and I saw a disaster unfolding in front of me, so I changed my flight until Friday. And then, of course, there's another superstorm that's supposed to be coming on Sunday up there. So I may make it up there. I may never come back. You never know. But who knows? We'll have fun while we're up there. But we are here. It's Tuesday night. We're Sellin and Buyin. I'm Barry O'Brien. 1-877-960-9960 is our number. Raphael, welcome to the show.
Barry, thanks for having me. And I have to say, I was just in Portland, Maine this past summer. And
that's the time to go.
Yeah.
Why couldn't she move in August?
It was beautiful. And if you are stuck there in their Arctic conditions, they do have very good food and very good beer.
Oh, I know.
So
yes.
You can stay inside.
My wife and I used to own a house on Sebago Lake up there. And yes, I'm going to dinner at 4th Street on Saturday night. I'm very familiar with the restaurants and the beer up there, although I will tell you, when it gets as cold as it does up there in the wintertime, it's a little bit hard for me to have an enjoyable cigar and go for a walk. It's a little cold,
no.
but somehow we'll manage to get by. So we've got lots of things going on downtown. I see in the news. Oh, one thing I saw in the news today. This is really funny. I didn't even show you guys. I always go through the papers and online to try to see what's going on. I see this picture. I don't want to make fun of it, but it's ironic. Palm Tran bus crashes in West Palm, 5 people hurt. This is from this morning. Now, I certainly hope that nobody was hurt bad and whatever. So here's a picture of the bus, and here's the picture of the vehicle that hits the bus. And on the back of the bus is this sign that says, auto accident? Call this law firm. So the guy driving the van smashes into the Palm Tran bus, and boom, oh, who should I call?
I wonder if he called.
We'll have to find out. The Rybovich thing was approved last night, the towers. That's big news. Now, is it within your district, or
that is outside?
That's outside, but it's real close.
Both of these recently approved very big projects. The Chapel by the Lake condo.
Yes. Right.
Outside of the DDA district, outside of the traditional core of the downtown, although it is,
everybody considers it. Maybe
downtown.
Legally it's not downtown, but it is downtown.
And then the Rybovich project to the north, and they're near Northwood Village, obviously approved last night. So big projects, big changes for our city.
I had coffee this morning with my friend Ralph Guild at Harold's in Northwood. And, boy, those streets there are really hopping. There's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Northwood Village has tremendous energy right now.
It really does. It really does.
That new restaurant is fantastic.
Now, we were talking about that. Is that the VV?
No, it's the Garage. It's
the
same
Garage.
people that own
Food Shack.
Leftovers and Food Shack. I ate there. It was incrable.
Was
so
it good?
Mm-hmm.
And that's great. I'm going to have to try that. And Relish is there, and there's a whole bunch of places in there. There was no shortage of good restaurants in West Palm Beach.
None at all. And I'll tell you, watching the progression of Northwood Village, it's a testament to the vision of the leaders, both the city leadership and the private sector, those pioneering business owners, Cafe Centro and others that put down stakes there and made big investments, it's really proving now. It's proven out that they were right.
And I noticed that the bank, I think it's First Bank, has started construction where that tire store was. At the corner of, is it Quadrille and
Dixie Highway.
And Dixie, and it looked like, I guess I hadn't driven by there for a while because it looked like they were making some pretty good progress there.
They're coming right along, and I have to plug those guys. John Aaronholtz, Chris Cook, Jay Sherrouse.
Chris, I know. I've met Chris, yes. Right.
Awesome people. They're a community bank. They do great stuff for the community. They're locally based. And that's, in this day and age, it's a rarity that it's not a big corporate entity bank. You walk in there, they know your name. You're one of the neighborhood.
I walked in, they knew my name, and they told me to leave.
It's because you're Barry O'Brien.
I know. 1-877-960-9960 if you've got a question for Raphael Clemente. Now tell us about, I know you were on Seaview Radio, and I think you were even on in this time slot, but I'm sure there are many people who are listening now who are not familiar with the DDA and what it does. So give us a little bit of a background of what it's all about and what its purpose is, what its authority is, and what it tries to do.
So the Downtown Development Authority, the DDA, we're a special district, and we are a taxing authority. We are just the downtown proper, so not to get into minutia of describing our boundary, but if you imagine downtown from bridge to bridge on Flagler Drive, and then roughly water to water, intercoastal to Australian, the lakes to the intercoastal, is our district. Most of City Place is excluded from that.
And why is that?
Well, City Place was done as a public-private partnership. It was the CRA and the related company that came together to make that happen. So some of the investment that was made there was public dollars, so it didn't make sense for it to fall within the boundary of a taxing authority. And they're privately run. They handle all their own marketing. They handle all their own maintenance. So the Downtown Development Authority, think of us as a Swiss Army knife for downtown West Palm Beach. We're a small organization. We have many different tools that we use, that we deploy to enhance our downtown district. The trolley is us. The security program, the Downtown Ambassadors, is us. The recent streetscape project with the new hanging baskets and those beautiful new banners, that's us. We've worked with so many businesses that have become integral parts of our downtown. Rocco's Tacos, Grease Burger Bar, Pistache, Duffy's, Don Ramon, Wine Dive, Longboards, the list goes on and on, whether it was through incentive programs or connecting opportunities with spaces. We're a diverse, impactful organization. The original purpose of the DDA, when it was founded in 1967 by the business community there, was really to combat suburbanization and the mall. And if you fast forward to 2014, we've got more suburbanization. We've got another mall coming, the Outlet Mall, which I think is only going to be a complementary addition. But the competition for that consumer dollar and for the investor dollar is no less now than it ever was then. The issues are the same, except the pace and the pressure is higher. Right.
I was talking to one of my neighbors, as we mentioned before, that I own a unit at the Whitney downtown, and we were talking about the mix of people on Clematis Street. I was going to get into this a little bit later, but since you brought it up, he said, I'm disappointed at the restaurants that there are. He wanted places that were older oriented. He compared it to Atlantic Ave in Delray, which obviously has a different feel. Okay, you've got more upscale restaurants. You've got many more restaurants. He was citing things like Duffy's and off the hookah and whatever, that they're so young oriented, and they are. But obviously, they're bringing a lot of people down there. Has there been a conscious decision to have places that are younger oriented than Delray, or do you feel that West Palm has just got a natural audience that skews younger?
I think it's the second point, that our audience tends to skew younger. I also think that in terms of the maturity of the place, in terms of its evolution, Delray Beach, Atlantic Avenue, they started down the path of redevelopment 25 years ago, and they're a couple of steps ahead of us. I often refer to downtown West Palm Beach as sort of that gangly teenager. You can tell that it's going to be an awesome adult. It's going to be a successful, productive person, but it's in that evolutionary period. What we see now compared to what we saw even 5 years ago in downtown is a phenomenal change. We've got DramaWorks bursting at the seams. We've got Pistache bursting at the seams. We've got places like Wine Dive, Hullabaloo, that are drawing a more sophisticated, slightly older crowd. But at the end of the day, downtown is the city's living room, and everybody comes there. We have a lot of events that draw a younger crowd. We have an office population that is younger professionals that spill out
for
into
happy
downtown.
hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I think we're going to see in the next 5 years yet another evolution of who we are.
Well, we'll get into that when we come back. And I want to take a moment here to welcome our newest sponsor to Sellin and Buyin, and it is All County Elite Property Management. When these guys came into our offices over at Keller Williams a couple of months ago, I said, whoa, wait a minute. There's a real need for a company like yours. I want to talk to you guys. And David Eisen is the guy there. And if you have a property, and there's a lot of us out there who have rental properties that we never even knew we were going to own, this is the company to call. 506-4646 is the number. It's All County Elite Property Management. They will find you renters. They do the background checks. They do the credit checks. They collect the rents. If they aren't paying the rents, they work to get the people out. They work to collect the money. They go and they inspect the units. They do everything that you as an owner don't want to deal with for a very reasonable fee. So what you want to do is to give them a call, 506-4646. That's area code 561. They got more than 20 years of experience, and they can take the stress out of it for you. So go to allcountyelite.com or call 561-506-4646.
Sellin or Buyin? Call Barry O'Brien, 320-1057. And visit BarryO'Brien.com to start your home search, 320-1057, BarryO'Brien.com.
What's the first thing you have to do when you start your home search? Call Peter Smith at Fidelity Mortgage for a pre-approval letter. Why? Because you'll be wasting a lot of your time and energy if you're not 100% sure that you'll be able to fund the most important purchase of your life. Peter Smith at Fidelity Mortgage can give you the advantage you need to stay ahead of the pack. Pre-approval letters from Fidelity Mortgage let sellers know that you're serious. To get your pre-approval, call Peter Smith at 561-257-0606 or go to loansbyfidelity.com. Fidelity Mortgage, Peter Smith, 257-0606. Fidelity Mortgage Services is an equal opportunity lender.
It's a fact of life. Whether you're selling or buying, you're moving. And when you're moving, you need to call Jim Kelly at Boren's Moving and Storage. 686-1200. Jim will come to your home and tell you all the options and give you an exact quote on what it's going to cost you to move. Boren's has been in business for over 80 years and has been associated with United Van Lines for almost 60 of those years. With Boren's, you'll be assured that your prized possessions will be moved professionally and will be moved on schedule. Whether it's a one-room apartment or a mansion, Boren's has moved them all. With offices and warehouses in Florida and New Jersey, Boren's Trucks and Movers are all over the East Coast and beyond. 686-1200. Give them a call. And if you need to store your things for a few months or longer, Boren's can handle that as well. Boren's Moving and Storage. 686-1200. Give Jim Kelly a call. Go to them online at borensmoving.com. That's BOHRENS. borensmoving.com. PBC MV20.
You've heard Barry O'Brien on Seaview Radio, but Barry is more than just a radio voice. He's the realtor you should call when you want to sell or buy a home. 320-1057 will start your real estate adventure with Barry O'Brien and Phoebe Snyder. Go to BarryO'Brien.com and start your home search, or call Barry at 320-1057 to list your home with Barry and Phoebe. Sellin or Buyin? Call Barry O'Brien, 561-320-1057. Start your home search at BarryO'Brien.com.
I've told you about the city car wash down in Tamarind and Palm Beach Lakes. Well, Ed and Chris have expanded. They just took over the North Lake Auto Spa at 707 North Lake in North Palm Beach. That's right between Route 1 and Prosperity Farms. And I got to tell you, this is like city car wash on steroids. North Lake Auto Spa is a spa for your car. It's more than a car wash. It features an incredibly gentle washing. They'll even do a complete hand wash for you if that's what you want. So if you've been to North Lake Auto Spa before, you'll love it even more now because Ed and Chris run the best car wash operation in Palm Beach County. And North Lake Auto Spa has probably got the best view of any car wash in the world. Check out the docks in the back. It's really amazing. If you want them to come to your location and clean your car or detail it, they've got a mobile van as well. Call 355-1000. So that's North Lake Auto Spa at 707 North Lake Boulevard. Ed and Chris invite you to stop by today.
Elite Property Inspection and Management is your go-to home inspector in the Palm Beaches. They specialize in a wide variety of inspection services, including thermal infrared inspection, mold and radon testing, wind mitigation, and home watch services. With their unique mobile office and best-in-the-business support staff, they get the job done quickly and efficiently. Visit myeliteinspector.com or call Preston Halstad, General Contractor and State Certified Building Inspector at 561-420-0277 or visit myeliteinspector.com 420-0277.
I love Couture Garment Care. They are an amazing dry cleaner business. They have two locations. One is just north of North Lake, right by Joseph's, and the other is just north of University in the same shopping center as Leftovers. They offer free pickup and delivery. It's the same charge, no matter whether you drop it off or they deliver. Randy and Amy, the owners there, will treat you and your garments like gold. Notice it's called Couture Garment Care because they're more than just a dry cleaners. Be sure to give Couture Garment Care a call today at 630-5996 and arrange your own personal pickup and drop-off delivery.
Couture Garment Care is now at 4375 North Lake, still in the same shopping center as Joseph's.
You're listening to Sellin and Buyin with Barry O'Brien, Palm Beach County Real Estate and more. Brought to you by Elite Property Inspection and Management, Boren's Moving and Storage, Fidelity Mortgage, and All County Elite Property Management. And now back to the guy who says dancing cheek to cheek is really a form of floor play, Barry O'Brien.
We are back. Sellin and Buyin. I'm Barry O'Brien. Hey, when Grand Funk comes on, you got to give him a few seconds, give him a little bit of time there. 1-877-960-9960. Colin, I can now hear out of these headphones. I was yelling. I couldn't hear myself talk. We got Raphael Clemente from the Downtown Development Authority with us. We were talking a little bit about the Whitney condo, and a place, it's on Ivernia between Pordrille and Dixie, and I just wanted to tell you that this building is getting completely renovated. They're spending $25 million on this. They're replacing all of the walls, the air conditioning, the electric, the appliances, the flooring, and it's directly across from the new All Aboard Florida train station, and right in the middle of that new Flagler Financial District. Right now, there's 210 units in this building, and there's only 4 units for sale in there now. And Phoebe and I have got 3 of the 4 listings in there, and we are actively looking at getting more involved with the Whitney. It's a great building, and I have had a long relationship with them. This building is going to come roaring back, trust me. If you're interested in any aspect of the Whitney, give us a call, 320-1057, or email me at barry@barryobrien.com. We can put you on a alert list when anything comes on the market in there in the Whitney, but it's going to be a very interesting building in the future. We are with Raphael Clemente of the DDA. Tell us about the companies that are down there. Who are some of the biggest companies that are down in the downtown district?
Well, the county and city government are the biggest.
Let's not count them. They gross more than they gross more than anybody.
PNC Bank is a very big one. Mm-hmm. Some of the law firms that have 40, 50 attorneys employed are big ones. Florida Crystals, obviously, is downtown, headquartered at 1 North Clematis Street. Predominantly, we're not, downtown West Palm Beach is not known as a corporate HQ kind of place.
Right.
But we are the location of very many important smaller businesses.
Right.
Forte
right.
Interactive. We've got a growing financial sector, which you probably know about.
We talked about that with Kelly last week or the week before. And,
we've got companies like Hedgeco. We've got Argent that just came in the 200 block Clematis on the 3rd floor. Argent Group.
Argent, they sang "Hold Your Head Up High."
That's exactly right.
Hold your head up. Yes.
That's a good song.
Yes, it is.
But I think that what we've got, what is our strength in downtown from an employment base is the fact that we are the seat of government, and we have legal services, we have accountants, we have so much of the support system that comes along with that has really become our major employment base there.
What's the largest grossing restaurant downtown?
Well, that's a good question. I would guess it's Rocco's Tacos.
You think so?
Yeah.
But, I mean, they are just jammed. Yeah. That's got to be right up there.
I would guess on a per square foot revenue basis. I would guess.
And Bradley's has got to be in there too. They've been around for a long time. I always went. I remember going into Bradley's. Oh, it must have been 10 or 15 years ago. I was living in Boston and visiting somebody, and every time I look at that, I go, boy, that land has got to be worth a fortune. It's got to be worth a fortune.
They're right there on the water. They are the most waterfront dining experience, I think, in our city. No, the Tiki Hut's in Riviera Beach.
And what was the one I stopped down the other day? Key Limehouse down in Lantana.
In Lantana.
Another great little, There's so many people don't know about that Tiki Bar up in Riviera Beach. It's a great little place.
Shh.
Yes. Now, but it's not within downtown. Now, you have to know the answer to this because we were talking to Kelly the other day, last week, about their tours of West Palm Beach when they're bringing people in from outside.
Sure.
They talked about the fact that they bring them up to the top of the point, which I hear is going out of business. I have a friend of mine in Providence who had such a great meal there a couple of weeks ago. He's coming back down, and he said, let's go to dinner. We have a reservation for the night before. They're next to the last night.
It's a good thing you got a reservation.
So what's going on? What's going in there? Is it going to remain a restaurant, or are they going to turn it into offices? And do you think will the Breakers open another facility in downtown West Palm Beach to take its place?
Well, I don't know what the Breakers' plans are. I hope they do. They've done an outstanding job at Top of the Point. As I understand it, it will become an office location on that top floor
with a spectacular view.
Primo.
Whoa.
The best.
That's good. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
It will.
I'll tell you. Talk about the development of downtown and what's coming up. And it's just even I sent you an email the other day of the different things I wanted to talk about. And as soon as I hit the send button, I read an article that they're talking again about a potential new hotel at the corner of Datura and Olive, where the, I guess, H&R Block offices were a long time
Correct.
ago. I'm sure that was a department store 50 years ago. But
it was a bank. It was H&R Block.
now it's a skateboarding
it's the bank.
ramp.
They were literally the bank. That we
Right,
can
it is.
skateboard on.
Yes, it is the bank. Yeah.
I must admit that as a young man, I skateboarded too on that bank.
Down here, your background is that long?
Yeah, I grew up in Lake Worth. I grew up in downtown Lake Worth.
Really?
Sort of my the very early beginnings of my education as an urban planner were on Lake Avenue in the 70s.
So West Palm Beach was the big city to you, huh?
It was the big city. Yeah, we used to skateboard up from Lake Worth to downtown.
Holding on the back of a bus?
I won't confirm or deny that.
So what about this hotel at Datura and Olive? Think it's going to happen?
Well, it's one of several that are being discussed. Some are well underway. The Marriott Residence Inn on Hibiscus.
Right. That one's coming right along. When is that supposed to open?
Cranking. I think they're supposed to open late this year.
How many rooms is that? Do you know?
I think it's 160.
160. Are there any dining facilities or anything in there?
Small ground floor dining.
It would be mostly oriented to the people staying in the
Exactly.
hotel. Right.
But the beauty of a hotel is that those who come and stay in the hotel patronize so heavily the local
Sure.
businesses and services.
Right. Now, I remember in the past there were talks about potentially putting a hotel where the Cuomo building is, and also I guess there's a parking lot, and there was the Harris Men's Store on that corner across from City Hall. I
Correct.
remember reading an article that somebody wanted to put a hotel in there.
That one's coming.
That one's coming?
Correct.
And who's doing that?
Actually, that's a gentleman who's happens to be a board member with the Downtown Development Authority, Rob Samuels. Mm-hmm. He's also Provident Jewelry, has several locations in
Okay, right. Mm-hmm.
Very nice store on Clematis Street.
Yes, I've been in there, yes.
Long-time stakeholder in downtown, very active, very dedicated neighbor. Has a beautiful hotel planned, is in the process of putting together financing. That is going to be an outstanding addition to our street, to our downtown, to our city.
That's great. Right.
Beautiful project.
And what about the Cuomo building? Is that still talked about as a hotel, or are they offices, or what's going on with that?
Well, that was it's offices now, Applefield and Waxman purchased that building. A&W, they are now known as A&W Properties. They've done an amazing, beautiful job of restoring what is an incredibly beautiful historic building. So it is an office building. It's tenanted up. It's tenanted up with a lot of surprising that this mix of businesses would be in the building. Barry, I don't know if you saw in the business section of Monday's newspaper a story about a gentleman named Ryan Morgan with Arrow Designs.
I did not see that.
Rapidly growing tech company with a global reach, tech and marketing. I think he said in the article most of his clientele are out of the United States. He's got, I think, most of the fifth floor of the Como building. So back to your question, will it be a hotel? No, it won't. At least not in the foreseeable future. Significant investment was made to put it back to being a top-notch office location with a lot of great character.
Well, when all those businesses are moving in and people are moving into town, we're going to want to make sure that they call Jimmy Kelly at Boren's Moving and Storage, 686-1200. Jimmy and the folks at Boren's Moving and Storage are the ones to call. They've been a United Van Lines affiliate for over 60 years, and they've been in business for more than 80 years. Boren's has got offices and warehouses both here in South Florida and up in New Jersey. So if you're going up and down the East Coast, chances are you're going to see a Boren's truck somewhere in your trip. They can help you no matter how big your move is, whether you're going across the street or across town or across the state. I even used them once just to move from one building to another in the same condo complex in Palm Beach Gardens. So give them a call, Jimmy Kelly, 686-1200. They can handle all your needs with boxes and storage. They've got climate-controlled storage units, so if you can't fit everything into your new house immediately, they can take care of it for you. So give them a call, Boren's Moving and Storage. That's borensmoving.com. And of course, I have to say PBC MV20.
Selling or buying? Call Barry O'Brien, 320-1057. And visit BarryO'Brien.com to start your home search, 320-1057, BarryO'Brien.com.
What's the first thing you have to do when you start your home search? Call Peter Smith at Fidelity Mortgage for a pre-approval letter. Why? Because you'll be wasting a lot of your time and energy if you're not 100% sure that you'll be able to fund the most important purchase of your life. Peter Smith at Fidelity Mortgage can give you the advantage you need to stay ahead of the pack. Pre-approval letters from Fidelity Mortgage let sellers know that you're serious. To get your pre-approval, call Peter Smith at 561-257-0606 or go to loansbyfidelity.com. Fidelity Mortgage, Peter Smith, 257-0606. Fidelity Mortgage Services is an equal opportunity lender.
You know, maybe you have a rental property that you never had any idea that you were going to own. I know that happened to me. If you really don't want to deal with maintenance, finding renters, collecting the money, then you're going to want to give All County Elite Property Management a call. 506-4646. allcountyelite.com is the name. You don't want to get your phone calls at 3 o'clock in the morning saying that the sink is broken. Let All County worry about that. You just own the property and they'll take care of the rest.
You've heard Barry O'Brien on Seaview Radio, but Barry is more than just a radio voice. He's the realtor you should call when you want to sell or buy a home. 320-1057 will start your real estate adventure with Barry O'Brien and Phoebe Snyder. Go to BarryO'Brien.com and start your home search, or call Barry at 320-1057 to list your home with Barry and Phoebe. Selling or buying? Call Barry O'Brien, 561-320-1057. Start your home search at BarryO'Brien.com. You're listening to Sellin and Buyin with Barry O'Brien, Palm Beach County Real Estate and more. Brought to you by Elite Property Inspection and Management, Boren's Moving and Storage, Fidelity Mortgage, and All County Elite Property Management. And now, here he is, happier than a witch in a broom factory, Barry O'Brien.
Jimmy Buffett. April 26th, I got my tickets down at Cruzan. I love my Jimmy Buffett music. 1-877-960-9960 is the number. We've got Raphael Clemente with us. You know, I got an email the other day from Preston Halstead at Elite Property Inspection and Management, and we were talking about a property that we've been working with. And, you know, I talk about them all the time on here about how they have the big crews that come in. They have 3 or 4 people who come in. They've got these very special vans and the special equipment that checks leaks and everything. But one thing that I really have not focused on is that some of the things that make them different than the other companies is they have a 90-day limited warranty on their inspections, and you don't find that very much in other inspection companies. And it covers the mechanical equipment like water heaters and most kitchen appliances, the HVAC and appliances, the electrical. It also covers structural items such as roof leaks and joists and foundations and whatever. If you want to get some more details on that, give them a call at 420-0277. Of course, Kayla will answer the phone. When you also do your inspection with Elite, they also include a thing called Recall Check. And what Recall Check does is that they go through in every appliance and unit that you have in there. They take a digital picture of it so they know exactly what model of refrigerator you have, what model of range, air conditioning. And if any of these pieces of equipment have been subject to a recall, they will know immediately. And they will let you know that, and they will also tell you exactly what you need to do because possibly the previous owner wasn't even aware of it. So if there are any issues like that, you'll be able to follow up with the manufacturer and get them fixed or possibly even replaced. And also, you'll get, when you do your inspection with Elite, you get a free 1-year membership to the Homeowners Network. And with this network, you get access on the computer and an app on your phone where you can get answers to all kinds of questions that have to do with home ownership. If you want to find out how to better the insulation in your home or how long does your water heater last and whatever, this will have all that information for you, and that's included, a 1-year membership in that for free. So give them a call, 420-0277. That's Elite Property Inspection and Management. Kayla will answer the phone, or go to their website, myeliteinspector.com. Before we get back to Raphael, I want to talk a little bit about who we have coming up in the upcoming weeks. Of course, if I can't find my piece of paper that has that, we're not going to do that. I do know that next week we have an encore performance of attorney Jennifer Kuna. And one of the reasons that we're doing the encore, well, there's 2 reasons. Number one, I could be stuck in Portland, Maine next Tuesday. But if I'm not stuck in Portland, Maine, I am going to be with the DDA and their event down on Clematis Street. Raphael, can you tell us a little bit? Now, this is an event for downtown residents and property owners, correct?
Well, I think you're referring to Tuesday the 11th?
Yes.
Yes, that is what we call our residential summit. And being that we also work along with the business community, we work very closely with our residential community. We are hosting an event at DramaWorks Theater. They very graciously and generously have donated the use of the theater for that evening, and we invite the downtown residential community to come in and learn about things happening in their neighborhood. Because aside from being the entertainment district and business district for our region, there's also 7,000 or 8,000 now residents in our downtown. We do this twice yearly, and this one coming up on the 11th, next week, Tuesday, our Chief of Police, Vince DeMasi, will be our featured speaker. So we'll give him a brief intro, a little update on what the Downtown Development Authority has been doing, and some of the newest business openings, et cetera. And then we're going to turn it over to our chief and his command staff and let him have the microphone and share with our downtown residents about all the great things. I don't know if you've met our chief.
I have not.
The guy's phenomenal. He's going to share a bunch of good information with them, talk about their upcoming strategic plan. And, at the end of the day, and you sell real estate, safety and security and confidence that your place is a good quality, safe location is paramount.
I will tell you that before we moved down here full time, we spent 3 winters in our condo in downtown West Palm Beach, and I have nothing but the highest praise for the police in West Palm Beach. There were several times when I called them for certain issues. They responded very quickly. There was one issue that I remember there was an issue when they opened up the top of the Roxy's. They opened up a new bar, the rooftop lounge, and the music was so loud and so clear that I took the Shazam app on my phone. I was 2 blocks away, and it actually recognized the song. And I called, and I don't remember there was a police officer who was in charge of the downtown area, and he called me back, and he told me I took the owner of Roxy's to the corner of your building, and he was appalled, and he said, we will have it taken care of. And I want to tell you, within 2 days, I don't know what they did. They turned the speakers, they did whatever they did, and it was fine. But that was the kind of response. As somebody who moved here from Boston and Washington, you would make calls to people, and you'd never hear anything.
Well, I can tell you, I remember that incident. I almost laugh that you bring it up because I remember that, and emails were flying back and forth. And we work very closely with the downtown police unit, the entertainment district unit, and the business community. And I spoke both to that officer and to John Webb, the gentleman who owns Roxy's and Sky in the Sky Bar, Sky 309. And I will tell you that Roxy's, John Webb, got a sound engineer up there and completely redesigned the sound system on the roof so it would not.
That's what I was told.
Echo.
And he did it. And I made it very clear. I want these places to be busy.
Yeah.
All I want to do is if I want to go to sleep, when I want to go to sleep, that's it. But it is a downtown area. I understand that.
Yeah.
And they seem to be very, very cognizant of that, and every other time that I've called them on certain things, but it's funny that you remember that.
Oh, I remember it well.
I remember
it well. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
He said that they're hearing something else. And when he went over there, that's funny. And I have to tell you, you mentioned the Whitney earlier, and I've been so impressed with the business growth around the ground floor of that building, and then across the street there at the Professional Arts Building.
Yes, there's a lot going on there.
Absolutely.
And one thing that was very interesting is that at the Whitney, like a lot of the other condos downtown, they were required, I'm assuming by the city, to put in loft spaces.
Yeah.
And I don't know that anybody, as happens in a lot in government, they're not realizing how business works and what the demands are, and there really wasn't that much demand for it. So if you go around to a lot of the other buildings, the City Palms and whatever, they don't have anybody in there. But what happened at the Whitney is they priced them right, and they rented them, for, I don't know, something like $1,500 a month.
That's
and
great.
All of a sudden, okay, now this makes sense. And there's a wonderful woman there who has a little sandwich shop and a coffee shop. Yep, we go in there. We use that as our little office, and they've got Wi-Fi in there, and there are some gyms in there, and
have you had the sandwich, the grilled sandwich she makes with pear jam and grilled chicken and brie?
Now, wait a minute. I had the grilled chicken.
You got my attention.
I had it. Wait a minute. I had a grilled chicken sandwich there yesterday. I'm going to have to charge her for this ad, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
No, it's really
I'm
good.
telling you.
I've never eaten there, but she makes a really good latte.
Yes.
Cafe Toria is exceptional. Obviously, the Blind Monk's doing great.
Yes.
Across
I
the
remember
street,
when that opened.
you have the Terebinth art studio, and cafe. Incredible coffees, great coffees over there.
I've been curious about that. I've seen lots of action over there lately.
Cool place.
I've never been in.
Great, beautiful artwork in there. And speaking of art, did you, Barry, as a downtown resident, did you see the stairwell tower of the Avernia Garage recently that faces west?
Oh.
No.
Go check out the awesome mural.
Well, of course, I can still park in the Whitney, so I don't need to do parking there.
No, but you'll see it. Does your unit face north?
Yes.
Look out your window at the Avernia Garage stairwell.
Well, I can't get into my unit now. It's being.
Well,
I do have a great view from there, though. I do have a great view from.
We worked with a group of artists, 7 different artists, and completely muralized the entire interior space of that stairwell, which is visible from the street. It's a 70-foot tall tower of artwork.
Wow.
It's eye-popping.
That's great. Hey, while we're on the subject of that garage, and I don't know whether this ever took off or not, do they still have the car sharing in there? It was like a competitor to Zipcar.
They do.
And any idea how that's going? It's a wonderful concept, and I often wonder, do we have the mass here to handle it? But it's a great way for somebody not to have to buy a second car or a first car.
They started with one car. It's We Car, I think, is the company. I do know people that use it. One gentleman downtown uses it pretty regularly. I don't know whether it's been successful or not. I do know it's being used, though.
Well, if they added another car, that must mean that they're doing pretty well. Well, we want to talk about our buddy Peter Smith at Fidelity Mortgage, 2570606. Peter is the loan arranger. When you're buying a house, you want to make sure that you are approved for the size mortgage that matches the house that you want to buy. You don't want to go through all that time and effort looking and find out that you can't get the financing. So that's why you want to give Peter Smith a call at Fidelity Mortgage. He will gather all of your financial information, see how much money you owe, see how much money you got coming in, and in a very short period of time, he will give you a letter of pre-approval so that when you make an offer on a property, they will know that you're serious. And Phoebe and I go through this all the time, and you have people who are making an offer, and if they don't have an offer of pre-approval, they can get snapped. The property can get snapped up by another buyer who does. Either they're paying cash or they have got a pre-approval from somebody like Peter Smith. So give him a call, 2570606, Fidelity Mortgage, or go to loansbyfidelity.com. And Fidelity Mortgage is an equal opportunity lender.
Sellin or Buyin? Call Barry O'Brien, 320-1057. And visit BarryO'Brien.com to start your home search, 320-1057, BarryO'Brien.com.
Are you tired of the headaches and hassles that come with renting your property, wasting time and money? Let All County Elite Property Management work to bring you some peace of mind. They're a full-service property management company serving Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. They handle everything from finding the right tenant to collecting the rent. 506-4646 is their number, area code 561. With All County Elite in your corner, you're guaranteed to have a competent and honest professional working for you. With more than 20 years of experience, let All County take the stress out of property rentals and make it an enjoyable experience again. For more information, go to allcountyelite.com or call 561-506-4646.
I love Couture Garment Care. They are an amazing dry cleaner business. They have 2 locations. One is just north of North Lake, right by Joseph's, and the other is just north of University in the same shopping center as Leftovers. They offer free pickup and delivery. It's the same charge, no matter whether you drop it off or they deliver. Randy and Amy, the owners there, will treat you and your garments like gold. Notice it's called Couture Garment Care because they're more than just a dry cleaners. Be sure to give Couture Garment Care a call today at 630-5996 and arrange your own personal pickup and drop-off delivery.
Couture Garment Care is now at 4375 North Lake, still in the same shopping center as Joseph's. Whenever I'm driving on I-95, my car seems to want to get off at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard every time, all on its own. It's trying to take me to City Car Wash, Palm Beach Lakes and Tamarind. I've been going to City Car Wash for over 5 years, and they have the most amazing service there. You pull in the front, and Will Benz is at the front. He's going to be smiling at you. Jessica's at the cashier stand. This is about half of what I used to pay for a car wash up north. It is amazing. They've got free Wi-Fi there. They've got a VIP program with 10% off. You get a free wash after every 10. Express wax, just $29.95. And now they're mobile. Give them a call at 355-1000 and find out. They can come right to you to do a detail or to do a car wash. So get your car washed with the Bentleys and the Rolls Royces. Your car will find itself exiting at Palm Beach Lakes just like mine. Full detailing, headlight restoration, carpet shampoo, they do it all. That's the City Car Wash at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard and Tamarind in West Palm Beach.
You've heard Barry O'Brien on Seaview Radio, but Barry is more than just a radio voice. He's the realtor you should call when you want to sell or buy a home. 320-1057 will start your real estate adventure with Barry O'Brien and Phoebe Snyder. Go to BarryO'Brien.com and start your home search, or call Barry at 320-1057 to list your home with Barry and Phoebe. Selling or buying? Call Barry O'Brien, 561-320-1057. Start your home search at BarryO'Brien.com.
Elite Property Inspection and Management is your go-to home inspector in the Palm Beaches. They specialize in a wide variety of inspection services, including thermal infrared inspection, mold and radon testing, wind mitigation, and home watch services. With their unique mobile office and best-in-the-business support staff, they get the job done quickly and efficiently. Visit myeliteinspector.com or call Preston Halstad, General Contractor and State Certified Building Inspector, at 561-420-0277 or visit myeliteinspector.com, 420-0277.
It's a fact of life. Whether you're selling or buying, you're moving. And when you're moving, you need to call Jim Kelly at Boren's Moving and Storage. 686-1200. Jim will come to your home and tell you all the options and give you an exact quote on what it's going to cost you to move. Boren's has been in business for over 80 years and has been associated with United Van Lines for almost 60 of those years. With Boren's, you'll be assured that your prized possessions will be moved professionally and will be moved on schedule. Whether it's a one-room apartment or a mansion, Boren's has moved them all. With offices and warehouses in Florida and New Jersey, Boren's trucks and movers are all over the East Coast and beyond. 686-1200. Give them a call. And if you need to store your things for a few months or longer, Boren's can handle that as well. Boren's Moving and Storage. 686-1200. Give Jim Kelly a call. Go to them online at borensmoving.com. That's BOHRENS. borensmoving.com. PBC MV20.
You're listening to Sellin and Buyin with Barry O'Brien, Palm Beach County Real Estate and more. Brought to you by Elite Property Inspection and Management, Boren's Moving and Storage, Fidelity Mortgage, and All County Elite Property Management. And now, here he is, happier than a camel on hump day, Barry O'Brien.
Rock on, David. 1-877-960-9960. You know, this always happens with when you got a good guest like Raphael, and I'm going to put you on the spot here. Will you come back in some future week? We got so many things we haven't even covered here. We got about 7 minutes left or something. Is that a yes?
That is a yes.
Okay, very good.
I'm a tireless promoter of downtown.
Very good. We would love to help you. All right, let me go through some quick ones here that I'm sure are on the people's minds. Everybody's talking about this all-aboard Florida train, okay, which is going to be at Quadrille and Avernia and whatever. And everything I hear is positive. I'm going down on Monday to meet with the president of All Aboard Florida. He's going to be on our show here on the 25th of the month. But it seems to me if they're going to start train service at the end of 2015, it's already 2014, I would think they'd be building a station by now. When are we going to start seeing some shovels moving over there?
Well, having worked a bit with All Aboard Florida and their team, you know, I don't doubt that they're on target. They've hit every mark that they've set. This represents a huge leap forward for our city.
Incredible.
It's a
I'm
huge.
so excited for it.
It
I
is.
just rode the tri-rail for the first time over the weekend, and I loved it. I'll never drive to Miami ever again.
See, to people like us from the Northeast, it's like
It's a no-brainer.
It is a no-brainer.
Right.
Unfortunately, the trains now, for the most part, don't go to the right places. It's a little bit too much of a hassle.
Well, they will now.
Oh, they will now.
And this is a huge leap forward. I think that All Aboard's going to deliver something that everybody is happy with. I'm confident in that. I, too, am eager to see plans. I want to see architectural designs. I want to see what their parking plan is. But the beautiful part of it is that they're at the table with the city and the stakeholders, and they're working it out. So it's a conversation. It's not just I don't think they're going to come and plant something there and say, okay, there it is, take it.
Right. What about these warehouses that are next to the station? I was just there yesterday. There is a ton of construction.
Oh, man.
There's awnings up. These things. It looks. I know one of them is food oriented, but I don't really know what it is.
That's Eat Scene.
And
It's one big project.
Yeah.
Eat Scene. It's at Fern and Quadrille.
Right.
Just east of the Publix.
I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's quadrille. I keep saying quadrille.
Quadrille.
Okay.
I guess it all depends, right?
Okay.
Tomato.
Right. Yeah.
But Eat Scene is an incredible building. It's unmistakable. It's got that awesome
Sure,
artwork
yep.
in the courtyard, and it's got some funky colors on the outside. Tony Solo's the guy bringing that project forward. Very eager to see them open. Have you ever been to Chelsea Market in New York City?
Sure.
This is going to be like our mini Chelsea Market. It's going to knock the
that's
socks
great.
off.
And it's going to be a great tie-in between City Place and Clematis, which for a lot of years there really hasn't been much in between. It's not a very long walk, but
It's going to fill that. It's going to fill that what we call the donut hole. Mm-hmm. And it's going to fill the void and start to shrink that perceived walking distance. But once that station opens and we see infill happen like north of the Whitney, that big open lot there, that's going to go vertical. There's going to be
I keep looking at that, going, what is going to go in there?
I tell you, our downtown area, and I think the whole the whole central part of our city is literally it's on the launch pad.
Oh yeah.
Do
you know? And I mentioned this on the show. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I went to the breakfast that Mayor Moyo had at the convention center with the state of the city, in which she made the announcement of the Flagler Financial District, and we have because we have access to the MLS system, and it has a mapping feature, and I took the exact coordinates of the Flagler Financial District, and I drew a line around that to see what was listed. And there are something like 1,850 residential properties, virtually all of which, of course, are condos. There were only something like 57 on the market.
Yeah.
That's like 5%, 4%.
Yeah.
That's really amazing because, it wasn't that long ago there was a glut here. And there are no construction cranes around, If you're looking to buy in downtown West Palm Beach, I'll tell you, this is the time to do it. I know the property values went down. They're going to start coming back up again, I'll tell you that.
Demand is high. It's a great place to live. I can't say anything. It's a great place to live. Mm-hmm. If I could, Barry, I'd like to plug a little bit about how to find out information about downtown.
I think that would be a great idea.
So you can go to WPBgo.com. WPBgo.com. You can find information on events, business offerings, what's coming ahead. You can also follow the DDA on Twitter at Downtown WPB, and we're on Facebook at Downtown West Palm Beach as well.
That's great. One quick question. When Jim Roberts was on a couple of weeks ago from the Palm Beach Outlets Mall, he said he was meeting with you the next day to talk about setting up some sort of a trolley service or shuttle service between the Outlets Mall and downtown. And I did see that in the press recently.
Yeah.
Is that something that you think could come to fruition? Is it adding to the trolley route logical, or is there some other connection? Or?
It would be an entirely separate route. It would probably be, if it does happen, it would be probably like an express connection, from and to. Mm-hmm. We're exploring it as an option. Got got a little due diligence to do first. My board, the DDA, is governed by a board of directors that are all stakeholders in the district. I should have mentioned that at the front end. They're eager to see more on that, but I think at least in the initial discussion, it would be a good thing. I believe the mall, the new outlet mall, is going to be a complementary addition to what we've got.
It is going to be great. It is going to be great. We are out of town. Out of time. Next week, Attorney Jennifer Kuna, February 18th, Ed Opel from the Palm Beach Port Commission, All Aboard Florida President Mike Reininger, February 25th, March 4th, Palm Beach Post real estate writer Kimberly Miller. That's it. We will see you next week. Sellin and Buyin. I'm Barry O'Brien.
Be sure to listen next Tuesday at 6:05 to Sellin and Buyin with Barry O'Brien, Palm Beach County Real Estate and more. Brought to you by Elite Property Inspection and Management, Boren's Moving and Storage, Fidelity Mortgage, and All County Elite Property Management.